The NFL has been very public about showcasing its product on the international stage, including serious talk about starting a franchise in London. But could American football catch on in the most unlikely of countries, places like India and Pakistan, where cricket is king? Super Bowl MVP quarterback Kurt Warner and a host of other American investors think so. As we discovered on a trip to those two countries late last year, while exporting football might make sense on paper, on the field, it's a very different game. For a first-time visitor, India appears overwhelming. Beguiling beauty centuries old, mixed with gut-wrenching poverty and bottomless despair. But here in a country of almost unimaginable contrasts was a scene that looked completely out of place. Welcome to professional football in India. At this point, going into its second season, the Elite Football League of India is elite in name only. Instead of jam-packed stadiums, the start of this exhibition game between the hometown Hyderabad Sky Kings and Bangalore Warhawks featured almost as many players on the field as fans in the stands. The overall quality of play more high school than anything NFL.
An incomplete pass, ladies and gentlemen, is when it doesn't reach the player but falls on the ground.
The play-by-play announcers unable to explain even the most basic rules of the game.
We have the center who takes the ball. It's called the snatch.
Yes, you heard it right. He called the snap a snatch. The Elite Football League of India, known as the EFLI for short, officially launched with 8 teams, 5 in India, 1 in Pakistan, and 2 in Sri Lanka. League executives like LA businesswoman and co-founder Sunday Zeller had spent the previous 4 years securing government backing for the league and raising $10 million in financing, mostly from American investors, including Super Bowl MVP quarterback Kurt Warner.
How you doing? Nice to meet you.
Who, according to EFLI officials, has put more than $1.5 million into the league and is a team owner.
Go.
Warner joined us in India to check up on his investment. When you told your NFL friends,
right,
hey, I'm investing in football in India, their reaction was, what?
You know, I think it was definitely one of intrigue, you know, wondering, okay, what's that all about?
And you're looking at a business model.
Right.
What was it in the model that convinced you to invest?
There was a number of things. You know, just looking at this country and you look at the number of people.
1.2 billion.
Right, the possibilities of the number of people. You look at the passion for sports.
We are in week 2 of the EFLI season.
It's just that passion for televised sports that backers of pro football here are banking on. The first season's games, played in a nearly empty stadium in Sri Lanka, were repackaged as slick 1-hour shows by an ex-NFL director with 10 Super Bowls under his belt. The games aired on a sports cable network as part of a 5-year deal with the league. Ratings were weak.
We wanted Kurt. He's here.
But that didn't matter to owners like Dr. Venkatesh Mova of the Hyderabad Sky Kings, who still believe the game will attract a young, affluent audience with a proven appetite for sports and American entertainment.
We saw a tremendous opening. I mean, tremendous opening. Other than cricket, there's not much of a domestic TV product in India. But you have 10, 11, 12 sports channels in here.
Dr. Mova, who owns a sports medicine practice in Tulsa, Oklahoma, has already invested $600,000 into the Sky Kings. Franchises now sell for as much as $3.5 million, including valuable merchandising rights. So you got the TV, you got all the other sort of positives, you're just missing the coaching, the fundamentals, the whole infrastructure.
Absolutely.
That means for now, in cities like Hyderabad, 24 hours before the exhibition game, Mova's players were called upon to convert a worn-out field hockey stadium into a football field. Right down to painting the yard lines and propping up makeshift goalposts secured with rocks stacked inside 50-gallon drums. Remember, this is a pro league. Before the game, the Hyderabad players dressed in a hallway, not a locker room. One was Ron Banda, Banda, who was born in India, played a bit role at wide receiver for an Alabama high school team that won 4 state championships in 8 years, before becoming an unlikely star for the Sky Kings. At 5'9", 158 pounds.
How would you describe your high school career? Give it a grade.
Probably give it a C+, I guess.
And here you are, an A player in India.
A+.
A+ player in India.
Quarterback.
At quarterback.
Yeah.
Banda told us at the beginning of last season, most of his teammates didn't know a football from a fruitcake.
What was it like when your teammates were putting on their equipment for the first time?
Everyone was confused. Receivers were wearing lineman helmets with the whole grill.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. I was like, no. You switch this.
Everybody gets dressed the right way.
Everyone gets dressed the right way.
For now, players come to the league largely through open tryouts or word of mouth from sports like rugby, soccer, wrestling, and track and field. The long-term plan is for the country's enormous universities to provide a pipeline of talent.
Most of the big universities, the older universities, have 500,000 plus students.
So your potential pool of athletes from the university base alone is in the millions.
Absolutely.
Pritesh Balyaya is no college student. He's the captain of the team in Mumbai known as the Gladiators. Balyaya was the EFLI's Offensive Lineman of the Year in its first season and is a member of India's upper class.
Your father owns a business?
Yes.
And you work for your father?
Exactly. Once this football came into my life, there are sometimes I don't even go to work. I just sit at home, I play Maiden. You know, I learn all the
You play Madden?
Yeah. Like 2 or 3 times my father gives me a call, where the hell are you? You know, you're not in the office, where are you?
Like many players, Balyaya learned about American football by watching YouTube clips online and classic movies like Rudy, Waterboy, and The Longest Yard, which he did on his dad's dime at work.
While you're supposedly working.
They can only see my face and I can only see my laptop. I just sit there for 3 to 4 hours. And that is the moment when I'm happy.
Balyaya told us he's happiest on the field. This day, in the shadow of Mumbai's teeming slums, it was the simple joy of practicing with his teammates while taking in some coaching tips from former NFL quarterback Kurt Warner.
You lose that power here. Everything stays right there, all right?
If you remove EFLI right now, I'll be at my dad's office, doing nothing, just sitting there in the laptop, mailing to my clients. You'll find my team players doing their work with nothing hope, no dreams. But this EFLI has given us everything.
It's given you a purpose.
Yeah, it does.
Come on, guys.
The same could be said for 22-year-old defensive back Garesh Mandal. Because when he's not here, he lives here in this sprawling, congested slum. 20 million people live in Mumbai and the surrounding area. 10 million in conditions like this. With his teammate Pritesh along to translate, Garesh led us to his home. Deep inside a catacomb of passageways so dark and vast, visitors would be lost without help. Mandal and 5 of his family members share a space the size of a walk-in closet.
This is my father. Nice to meet you, sir. How are you, Armin? Nice to meet you. Hello.
There is no indoor plumbing. Fresh water is available just 1 hour a day. What's also largely missing here is hope. What Warner and other investors see as a golden opportunity for success. Professional football players in India earn an average of $300 a month. Lottery-like winnings in a country with a minimum wage is just 28 cents an hour.
I think this is what makes me even more passionate, to be able to be here and say, this is what it's all about, is giving people an opportunity to dream and to believe that there's something more, there's something better out there.
Another place where dreams and that sentiment are in short supply is in Lahore, Pakistan. At the airport, we were greeted by the Peshawar Wolfpack. The entire team had been waiting 7 hours just to welcome us.
This is good. I like it.
Jamal Karashi is their coach.
Why